Hey everybody. A little bit of a surprise here. I was not planning on doing this live tonight. I was planning on doing this live tomorrow night. Um, I got home and realized that my son was playing over an hour away baseball tonight, and my wife and other kids went to go watch him play, and I had to work late. So I got home. I've got an empty house, and I thought, you know what? Let's go ahead and do part 3 of the 3-part series. I broke up the basketball plays in 3 parts. I was hoping to do it in 2, but they got to be a little bit long. So tonight, hey, Joel, welcome in. A little bit of a surprise video. I'm doing this tonight instead of tomorrow night because I got time and I got an empty house. So tonight's going to be basketball from 2021 to 2023. This will be the third and last part of the 3-part series. So hopefully you can get some plays out of here and make some money. So we are going to start off with let's see here. First card should be a 2021 Prism Jalen Johnson Ice, if I did this correctly. Yes. All right. Perfect. All right, so the first card is a 2021 Jalen Johnson rookie card. This is a Prism Ice. As you can see, the most recent sale was $2.26. So this is a very inexpensive card. The 1-year average of this is $3.68. So for all practical purposes, to be conservative, we're going to use $4. So $4 in raw. There have been 104 sales in the last year. And welcome in, YOLO. We're finishing up with the 3-part series. Tonight is basketball 2021 to 2023. All right, so 104 sales in the last year, so the card is achievable. It's inexpensive. It's only $3, $2.26 on the last one. A PSA 9 is $49. So you take your $4 average, $20, so you got 24, call it $25 in the card. A PSA 9 nets you $49, so you are profiting on a PSA 9. I love starting out with a card where you can profit on a PSA 9. 38% chance in a PSA 9. The PSA 10 is $75, so you're going to triple your money from $25 to $75 in a PSA 10, and that has a gem rate of 58.8%. So kind of a nice way to start this night off here. All right, let's get rid of this one and move on to the next one. Put an offer on Fox on eBay. De'Aaron Fox, Joel, is that who you're talking about? All right, going to the next card. Next card up is 2021 Silver Prism Jonathan Kuminga. Kuminga is one of the players that I am very intrigued with. His card prices, his playing time should increase. I think he's a solid player. He's a guy that could really explode this year. So I really like this play. This card most recently sold in a silver for $11. The 1-year average is $18. So that's what we'll use. 18 plus 20 is $28 with the grading fees. So you're going to have $28 in it. A PSA 9 sells for $45. So even after eBay fees, you are making a small profit again on a PSA 9. 56% of them get PSA 9s. This card does not gem real well. 2021 Prism was not known for high gem rates. A PSA 10 does jump all the way to $195. So you are going to go from just shy of $40 investment all the way up to $200. So you're going to get a nice 5x your money if it gets a 10, but that's only a 22% gem rate. So I would not expect a ton of PSA 10s, but the fact that you're profiting on a PSA 9 makes it worth the risk all that much more. Yes, sir. De'Aaron Fox. Nice. I love De'Aaron Fox. Hopefully they accept your offer and you can get a nice Fox card. All right. Next card up is a 2021 Prism Cade Cunningham. This is the fast break card number 282. This card surprised me at how inexpensive it was. Most recent sale was $11.12. The 1 year average, however, is $27.23. So $27 for the 1 year average and $20 for your grading fees. You're going to have $47 in it. A PSA 9 sells for $42. So if it gets a 9, which there's a 31% chance, you're going to lose $5 plus your eBay fees. So you're going to be out $10 to $12 if it gets a PSA 9. However, if it gets a PSA 10, and this card gems at a 63% rate, so 2/3 chance that you get a 10 on this card, $113. So you're going to essentially 2.5 times your money on a Cade Cunningham, and Cade just got paid. So it would not surprise me if Cade prices started to climb as the season approached. They are having a nice off season, so I think he could be a card that you could see some action in coming into this fall. All right, next up is 2021 Hoops. Yes, we're going to an NBA Hoops card. This is the Slam. These are very popular inserts. This is a LeBron Slam card. As you can see, the most recent sale was $8. The 1 year average is $6.92, so it's actually up a tick from the 1 year average. So we'll use the higher of the two, $8, $20 grading fee, so $28. PSA 9 sells for $28, so you are out just your eBay fees if this does get a PSA 9, and there's a 65% chance that it does get a 9. However, if this card gets a 10, it's $98. So you are going to almost 4x, 3.5x your money if you can pull a 10 on a LeBron Slam. So being the Slam inserts are popular and LeBron is in the market or in the news lately, this could be a fun little play for you to try and go get yourself a PSA 10 LeBron. All right, next up is 2021 Prism Silver Jalen Green. We are going to be looking at Jalen Green here. The last sale was $15.50. The 1 year average is $24.81. So we're going to, again, be conservative, use the higher of the two. So $25 plus your $20 grading fee gets you $45. A PSA 9 sells for $35. So you're going to be out $10 plus your eBay fees. You're going to be out roughly $15 on a PSA 9. However, a PSA 10, which 29%, so 1/3 of them get PSA 10s, jumps all the way up to $188. So you can 4x your money on a PSA 10. You got a 30% chance. I thought that a $15 potential loss is worth a chance at 4xing your money. So that is why I put that card on the list. I also really like Jalen Green this year as a potential star to break out. He started to break out a little bit last year. This could be his year to really make that next step forward. And that means his card prices could take off. So Jalen Green is definitely one to watch. As Joel is mentioning, Jalen Green was hot at the end of last year. So he is a player to watch for sure coming into this season. So I am getting a little bit of Jalen Green set up and ready in case I am right and he does have a good spring. Or I'm sorry, not spring, but preseason. All right, the last 2021 card of the night is Cade Cunningham's Silver Prism card 282. Most recent sale was $20. The 1 year average is $24.82. So we're going to take $25 plus $20 is $45. The PSA 9 sells for $40. There's a 52% chance. So you got a 50-50 shot that you're going to be out $5 plus the grading fees or plus the eBay fees. So you're going to be out roughly $10 to $12 if you get a PSA 9. If you get a PSA 10, this is where things get interesting. A PSA 10 is $275. So you got a 50-50 shot at losing roughly $10 on a PSA 9, but you got a shot at 6-7xing your money on a PSA 10. Now it's only a 20% gem rate. I get it. So 1 out of 5, it's not great odds. Again, 2021 Prisms did not do that well. However, when I look at this, I get a 50-50 shot of losing, let's call it $10 on a PSA 9 for a chance to, at minimum, 6x my money. I put this on the list because I think it's worth the risk. Again, sometimes you got to take a little bit of risk to make the big money. A lot of these plays are very safe, and you can make money on, even if you get PSA 9s, there are going to be a few of them like this card here that I just put in, that you got to take a little bit more of a risk, and you might lose, say, $10 for a chance at 5, 6, 7xing your money. All right, next card up is, we're going to move to 2022. We are going back to Prism, and in the Prism cards, we are going to be looking at Jalen Williams. Now, there's 2 Jalen Williams, so you want to make sure that you are getting the right Jalen Williams. This Jalen Williams is card number 246. It is a green Prism. He plays for OKC. This card, last sale was $12.99, so $13. The 1 year average is $10.87 or $11. So we're going to use the last sale of $13 plus $20, and you are in this card for $33 graded. PSA 9 sells for $40, so you are going to break even. There's a 50-50 chance at a PSA 9. If you get a PSA 10, it is $96, and you are going to get a nice little 3x your money, and there's a 42.5% gem rate on this card. So be careful that you're getting the right Jalen Williams, but if you get the right one, this card has a nice chance of tripling your money. And this is another player that if OKC takes the next step this year, he's a player that could have a little bit of hype around him, a little bit of card value prices going up. Welcome in, Wizard of Gas. We are through the 2021s. We are just entering the 2022s for basketball. We just have had one so far. The next one up is going to be, he was in the running for Rookie of the Year this year. He did not get it. It is none other than, no, this is the Benedict Mathurin. I'm sorry. I thought this was the Chet Holmgren. All right, this is a stained glass. Stained glass, guys, when I started looking at this, you're going to see several stained glasses in this video tonight. Stained glasses seem to really gem well, which I was surprised at. And they're cool. They're SSPs. They're desirable. So I am going to be really looking to get some stained glass. If you saw my pickup of the day today, I just picked up a Jalen Williams stained glass. So keep an eye out for these stained glass. Hey, welcome in, Logan. We are into the 2022 basketballs. We've done through 2021 already. 2022, so Mosaic #1 stained glass Benedict Mathurin. The most recent sale was $50. The 1 year average of this card was 101, and you can see that a lot of that was in the beginning of the basketball season last year. At the start of the season last year, that was a $250 card in raw. And by the time the first of the year rolled around, it was all the way down to $65. So if you look at the last 90 days, the average of this card is around that $65 mark. So that is what I'm going to use here is the last $65 would be the high point of the last 10, 12 sales. So if you take $65 plus 20, you're at $85 in this card. A PSA 9 sells for $100. So even after eBay fees, you're looking at a couple dollars profit or a break even. There's a 20% chance of that. But here's why I like this card. This card has a 73.6% gem rate. So it's a SSP with a high gem rate. I love that combination. PSA 10's most recent sale was $119. So you can take yourself and get a nice little double your money on a PSA 10, and you got a 70+% chance of doing that. And then you've got a very nice SSP, easy liquid card to get rid of as you're coming into basketball season. So stay tuned. There will be more stained glass cards on this video tonight. All right, next card up is, I think we skipped over the Chet completely. I think I might have missed that and forgot that. All right, I did. So I'll cover Chet when I'm done here with this one. All right, the next one is Jalen Williams stained glass. As you can see, I'm liking the Jalen Williams. I'm liking the stained glass. This is the card that I bought today. All right, most recent sale on eBay was $82. The 1 year average is $113. I paid $100 for mine today. I bought mine off of Facebook, so there were no eBay fees. Shipping was included at $100. So I feel real good about that purchase. I bought from this guy before, so I'm really liking my chances at getting a 10. Welcome in, Packers. So taking a look at this stained glass, raw, $82. We'll use the $113 1 year average. So $113 plus 20, you're at $133. A PSA 9 sells for $118. So you're looking at about a $20 loss on a PSA 9. However, PSA 9s are only 17%. What's up, Packers? We are through the 2021s. We're halfway through the 2022s, and we're going to finish up with 2023s and wrap up this basketball series here tonight. So hopefully the what you missed, you can go back and watch. All right, so you're going to only 17% at a PSA 9. A PSA 10 is $200. So you're going to double your money on a PSA 10. Plus, it gems at an 80% gem rate. You heard that right. 80% gem rate. There have been 169 cards of this stained glass graded. 136 of them have got PSA 10s. 80% gem rate is unheard of. These stained glass cards, I am telling you guys, have very high gem rates. So I am going to be focusing on some stained glass basketball cards. All right, I don't have a chart for this one. I must have glossed over it, so bear with me here. I missed the Chet Holmgren that I had on my list. There's a 2022 Prism Pink Ice number 266 Chet Holmgren. Raw condition is $20. The 1 year average is $31. The 31 plus 20 is $51. It has a PSA 9 of $55. So essentially it is almost a break even. PSA 10 is $100, so you double your money, and it's got a 47% gem rate. So I wanted to go back and touch on that one. I didn't want to miss one. When I go through trying to get these all preloaded, I go pretty quick, and I must have missed that one. So, all right, next up, welcome in, Zachary. All right, what we are doing here now is we have a 2022 Contenders rookie ticket auto, Jeremy Sochan of your San Antonio Spurs. I'm hoping that he does not have to play point guard again this year because he will be much better off the ball than he is with the ball. But as you can see, the most recent sale was $40. The 1 year average is 56. Let's call it 57. 57 plus 20 bucks is $77. A PSA 9 most recently sold for 75. So you're out your eBay fees. A PSA 10 is $135. So you double your money, and that has a 50.8% gem rate. So pretty good gem rate on a rookie ticket auto for a chance to double your money. Let's take a look at the next one. Next up is we have a Paolo Banchero. Not sure why that is on a 30-day. Let's change it to 1 year. All right, there we go. So we have a Paolo Banchero stained glass card. This is also a short print, super short print. The most recent sale was $195. The 1 year average was $224. So if we take $224 and $20, you're at $245, let's call it. A PSA 9 sells for $250, so you're about a wash. You might be out a couple of bucks in eBay fees, but pretty close to a wash. A PSA 10 is $285. However, the PSA 10 has not sold in several months, whereas the PSA 9 just sold a couple of days ago for $250. That tells me the next time a PSA 10 sells, it's going to sell for considerably more than the $285 because the PSA 9 went from $211 to $250. I'm guessing that next sale of this in a PSA 10 is going to be closer to $350. There are not many Paolo Banchero cards that I am willing to go out and get going into this year. However, this is one that I am excited about. I am going to try and go and purchase. Very high gem rate with a 73% gem rate. I think that is a great way to go out and try and get yourself a PSA 10 rare Paolo Banchero. All right, let's take a look at the next card up on the list. Next card up on the list is a 2023. All right, so everything else that's left now, we've been through the 2021s, the 2022s. Everything that's left now is 2023. There's going to be about 15 2023s. A lot of them are going to be Victor Wembanyama's. They may not be the Victor Wembanyama's that you think because some of these little bit more rare cards have better return on investments. Also, I did not do 1 year averages. I did 30-day averages because a lot of these cards have only been on the market for a few months. So for full disclosure, as we're looking at these numbers, please notice they're 30-day averages and not 1 year. All right, so 2023 Hoops Tribute Purple Winter Parallel, card number 298, Victor Wembanyama. Most recent sale was $5.50. The 30-day average was $9.68. So if we take that 30-day average of, let's round up to $10, add your $20 grading fee, you got 30 bucks. The most recent PSA 9 sold for $27. So you're going to be out your eBay fees. You'll be out about $7 bucks. However, this has a 58% gem rate. So you got almost a 60% chance of a PSA 10. And in a PSA 10, this card sells for $80. There have only been 51 of these cards graded, which is why I put it on the list. This isn't a huge return on investment, it's only a double your money card. However, with only 51 and a pop 30 in a PSA 10, this is a card that could have a little bit of staying power. You don't have to worry about having a few thousand of these coming back from PSA and really affecting the values because there's so many coming back. When you get these lower pops, they tend to hold their value a little bit better. Packers saying we could buy 100 and grade them all. Yeah, I think you and Joel are both on that train of somebody else saying that you got to buy X number of them to make $1,000. We're not going there, guys. We're not going there. All right. So the next card up is we are going to be, like I said, these are all going to be 2023s now. I know that was a joke, Packers. I thought it was funny. I acknowledged it. All right, the next one up is 2023 Select Concourse Pink Cracked Ice numbered to 99. This is Brandon Miller. You're going to see several Select cards here in the next 10 cards. Select has only been out for a very short period of time. So if you can get these cards and get them graded quickly, there are some very good return on investments. Do not be looking at this video. We are recording this July 16th. Do not be looking at this the end of July, middle of August, and going out and buying these cards. Disclaimer, Select 2023 just came out in early July. It's only been out a few weeks. You got to get those cards quick, get them graded, get them back, and get them sold. So that's my disclaimer for the number of Select 2023 cards you're going to see. The last sale was $20. The 30-day average is 38. As you can see, this is already coming down pretty drastically. You take 38 plus 20, that's 58. Call it $60 if you want to be real conservative. The PSA 9 sells for 76, so you're going to break even on a PSA 9. The PSA 10 sells for $158, and it has a 70% gem rate so far. So with a 70% gem rate and the ability to 4x your money, if you can find this card, now it's only serial number to 99, so there aren't going to be a ton of them out there, but if you can find this card and it looks good, it has a 70% gem rate and a chance to 4x your money if you can get in it somewhere around that 30-day average, which you should, because it looks like that card is dropping in price already. All right, next up is we're going to be taking a look at a Victor Wembanyama. This is the Shock Wave from Revolution. Again, a little bit of an off-the-wall card, but that gives you the opportunity to make money. You're not having to go out and fight against the other 5,000 people that have a base Prism Wembanyama. So that's why I'm giving you some alternatives here tonight for Wembanyama. All right, 2023 Shockwave. Most recent sale was $11. The 30-day average is $16.50. So let's use $17. $17 plus 20 is $37. The most recent PSA 9 sold for $34. So you're out your eBay fees. You're going to be out $6-7. It's got a 45% chance at a PSA 9. A PSA 10 is $65. So you're going to double your money, 42.8% gem rate. You're only doubling your money, and it's only a $65 card. Again, I put a few of these Wembanyamas in here just so that everybody didn't have to go out and try and fight to get these Prism bases. And then everybody's going to have a Prism base to sell, and it's going to crash the market. Everybody's going to be upset because somebody said that they were going to be worth this or whatever the case may be. Sometimes it's okay to go in a different direction and go with a card that you can make your money on because it's not going to flood the market. Hey, welcome in, Bodini. We are breezing through here. We've got about 12 2023s left to go before we end this thing up here tonight. This was a little bit of a surprise for everybody, including myself. I did not expect to come home to an empty house. So I thought, why not do this tonight instead of tomorrow night? I will have no interruptions. So that's why we're doing it tonight, guys. All right, next card up is a 2023 Hoops. Card number 10. It's called Presentations. It is an SSP again. It is Damian Lillard's SSP. It's kind of like a portrait-looking picture, which is why they call them presentations. The most recent sale was $14. The 30-day average is $19. So we're going to use $39 with grading fees. PSA 9 is $43. So you're going to wash on a PSA 9. However, this has a 66% gem rate. So a PSA 10 sells for $90. You're going to triple your money, and you got a 66% chance of doing it. And again, this is something that's a little bit different and off center. SSPs always sell well in PSA 10s. They tend to hold their value a little bit better. They tend not to be flooding the market. So this is a way for you to go out, be a little bit unique, make some money, and not have to fight the mainstream, and hope that your card that you've got that 2,000 other people have the same exact card holds its value. Let's go with some stuff that's a little bit different and make money that way. Next up is an insert card. It's a 2023. This is from Recon Basketball, right in line with what I was saying. This is a little bit off the wall again. It's card number 14. It's called Future Legends. Most recent sale was $14.63. The 1 year average is $15.36. So we're going to call it $16. $16 plus 20 is $36. The PSA 9 sells for $38. So again, you're talking $4 or $5 in the eBay fees that you will be out. In a PSA 10, however, it sells for $115. It is currently only a pop 14. There have only been 81 of these cards graded. So that gives you the opportunity, if 4 or 5 more people go get this card graded, going from 14 to 19 or 20 isn't going to affect the value. So this is where you can go and not have to worry about supply exceeding demand, and then all of a sudden the cards are dropping. So that is why this card is on the list. All right. That card did not have a great gem rate, however. That was only a 20% gem rate. So not a huge return for such a risk. You're out $4 or $5 in eBay fees, and for only tripling your money. So there are better plays on here, but I know Victor Wembanyama is hot, and I wanted to give you guys several different ways to make money on Victor that aren't mainstream ways, because I've been doing this for years, and it's certainly a lot easier to not have to fight the crowds when you have something different. People are like, oh, I haven't seen one of those. Yeah, I'll buy that. All right, 2023 Hoops card number 1, Rookie Greetings. This is the hollow. Do not make the mistake of buying the base. The base, there are too many of. They're not desirable. They gem well, but you're not going to make money or much money on a base. Make sure this is the hollow. Last sale, $25. The 30-day average is $31. 31 plus 20 is $51. The PSA 9 sells for $60, so you are going to break even on a PSA 9. A PSA 10 sells for $153, so you're going to triple your money, and it has a 64% gem rate. This is a fun card. It looks good as a hollow, and in a PSA 10 at $150 and a nice triple your money, that is a nice little way to go. All right, moving on. We have the next card on the list is going to be another Victor Wembanyama. They're going to, like I said, 2023 is going to be dominated by Victor. 2023 Revolution. This is the Fractal. Card number 104. Last sale, $28. 30-day average, $30.71. So if we do a $31 plus 20, you're at $51. The PSA 9 last sold for $65. So you're going to break even, maybe put a couple, $3, $4, or $5 in your pocket on a PSA 9. A PSA 10 is $300. This card, the only gems at a 10% rate, which is why there's such a huge difference from a PSA 9 to 10. But if you're going to make $3 to $5 on a PSA 9, why not take the chance and go for the PSA 10? Roll the dice. Maybe you're one of those 10%. You're going to 6x your money if you can get a PSA 10. There have only been 29 of these cards graded also. So even though it's only a pop 3 right now, with 29 cards graded, you send 4 or 5 of these in there, that PSA 10 price is going to hold pretty steady because there aren't a lot of them. So take your chances on this card. Get your PSA 9s. Take your couple dollars profit and hope for the best that you get one of your cards gets a gem, and then you are rolling in the dough, because that will be a nice 6x your money. All right, next card up is going to be another Victor Wembanyama. This card's cool, guys. If you've seen this card in hand in person, this is a cool card. This is the 2023 Court Kings, card number 4. This is an acetate rookie. So this is kind of like a clear plastic card with a lot of color, rainbow colors on it. Very pretty card in hand. It looks great slabbed up. Most recent sale, $45. The 30-day average is $61. So if we take $61 plus 20, that is $81. We'll round up just for the sake of being conservative. Let's round that up to $85. A PSA 9 sells for $103. So you are making a couple of bucks on a PSA 9, which is 60% of the time. Here's another one like that, Revolution, only an 18% gem rate, but you're making money, a couple bucks on a PSA 9. There's very little risk in trying for that PSA 10. If you get a PSA 10, however, it's $451. So a nice 4x of your money. Again, very low pops. It's only a pop 22. So if you can get one of these, this card is going to sell well, and you are not going to have problems getting rid of this card. So let's take a look at the next one on the list. Next card up is Kevin Durant. Here's another SSP card. So this is going to be 2023 Hoops card number 9. This is just like the Damian Lillard card. It's the Presentations SSP card. Last sale, $28. 30-day average is $30. $30 plus 20 is $50. The PSA 9 sells for $55. So you're washing on a 9. A PSA 10 sells for $85. So you're going to double, almost triple your money. It has a 69% gem rate. So it's a fun little card that you can go that's off the beaten path. You got almost a 70% chance at a PSA 10, and very little risk in a PSA 9. Something a little bit different than having to go get all those Wembanyamas. Although Wemby, there's worse players that have to stock up on than Wemby. So, all right. Speaking of Wemby, we're back to Wemby. 2023, we're back to Recon Basketball, card number 18. Rock the Rim insert. $23 is the last sale. $21 is the 30-day average. $23 and $20 is $53. The PSA 9 on this card is $49. So you are breaking even out a couple of dollars for eBay fees. PSA 10 is $160, a nice 4x your money. It's a 21% gem rate, a 65% PSA 9. So to risk a couple of dollars loss on a PSA 9 for a chance to 4x your money, this card gives you that opportunity. Might be worth the risk. And again, there are only 20 PSA 10s, so a few more are not going to affect the value of this card. So it's a fun little insert card that you can make money on if you can get that PSA 10. Next card up is Victor Wembanyama. This is a neat card too. Deep Space. This is the silver. Do not get the base. This is the silver hollow or silver prism. They call it the silver. Card number 1. The most recent sale was $20.67. The 30-day average is $21.62. So we'll round up to $22 plus $20, $42. The PSA 9 most recently sold for $40. So you're out $5 or $6 in eBay fees. A PSA 10, however, 60% gem rate, $100. So 2.5 times, almost 3 times your money, and a 60% chance on a good-looking, very cool insert of Victor Wembanyama. All right, I think we've got maybe 5 or 6 cards left to go here. All right, next card up is 2023 Victor Wembanyama Court Kings card number 12. Again, this is an insert. This is Artistry in Motion. Artistry in Motion Court Kings. Last sale $25.77, 30-day average $26.82. So let's call it $27. 27 and 20 is $47. PSA 9 most recently sold for $49. So again, you're out $3 or $4 if it gets a 9, which there's a 60% chance. It's got a 30% chance at a 10, and it's $133. So a nice little triple your money play at a 30% chance on a cool little insert of Victor Wembanyama. All right, next up, guys, we have, let's see, what do we have next? I think we have another Victor, maybe. No, actually, I think this is the GG. Let's see here. Yep, I am right. This is the GG. All right, next up is a 2023 Prism Silver GG Jackson II. This card most recently sold for $21.58. The 30-day average is $25.03. $25 and 20 is $45. Take $45. A PSA 9 most recently sold for $40. So you're going to be out $10. But it's only a 23% chance at a PSA 9 losing $10. This card has a 75% gem rate. A PSA 10 silver prism with a 75% gem rate. This might be the highest silver prism gem rate I've ever seen. And there's 903 of them graded, so this isn't a small sample size. The PSA 10 sells for $100, so you can triple your money on double to triple your money on a PSA 10 at a 75%, and he is an up-and-coming player that could have his prices really jump this year. He was looking good for a while last year. He is a player to watch for sure. All right, next up, I believe that we are the next several cards are going to be back to Victor Wembanyama. Yes, they are. So 2023 Select card 121, Premier Level Silver. Most recent sale, $54. The 1 year or the 30-day average is $75. As you can see, this card jumps all around on the chart. 75 plus 20 is $95. A PSA 9 sells for $100. So it's pretty much a wash on a PSA 9. It has a 76% gem rate so far out of 219 cards. The PSA 10 sells for $203. So you are going to double your money and a 76% chance of doing it on a silver prism paralleled Victor Wembanyama. Again, as I mentioned earlier, for those that were not listening yet or tuned in, these 2023 select plays, you have to be very careful with them. Select has only been out for a few weeks, so these cards have to get bought quickly. They need to get off to PSA quickly, and you need to get them gone as soon as they come back. Don't try and get cute and hold them for the beginning of the season. Flip them right away, because as the pop counts climb in these selects, the select values will change. They will drop. You usually have 60 to 90 days before that starts to happen. So you got time right now. Hurry up, buy the singles, send them off to PSA and get them sold, and you should be just fine. Next card up, 2023 Select Concourse Red Cracked Ice Victor Wembanyama, card number 87. $52 most recent sale, $65 30-day average. 65 and 20 is $85. When you look at the PSA 9, $85. So you are essentially a break even on a PSA 9, which is only 11%, because get this, the gem rate on this card, don't everybody go out and buy this card at once now, 84.6% gem rate on a cracked ice Wembanyama. PSA 10s are currently selling for $169. So you're going to 4x your money, and you have an 84% chance of that happening. Again, this isn't like there's only 10 graded. There have been 599 of these graded. There are already 507 PSA 10s. 4x your money, 84%. That is the highest gem rate of any card on this list tonight. So, like I said, don't everybody go out there and run and try and buy them right away. That'll drive the prices up on them, but very high gem rate. Luke, he could absolutely be the guy. He's only 19 years old. I believe he's talking about GG Jackson. So, Luke, for not a lot of investment there for it to get a PSA silver, PSA 10 silver Jackson, that could be a very nice play to make coming into this season. Yeah, GG Jackson. That's what I thought. All right, next card up is Victor Wembanyama Prism, red, white, and blue. Not a base, not a silver. The red, white, and blue. You've got $114 most recent sale. His 30-day average, however, is $152. $152 and $20 is $172. The PSA 9 sells for $175. So you're going to be out about $15 after fees on a PSA 9. It does have a 34% gem rate, so a little better than 1 out of 3. And a PSA 10 sells for $600. So a 3x of your money at a 34% chance. This is a very nice card to try and take that risk. Not a lot of risk at a PSA 9. Huge reward at a PSA 10. This is where you hear me talk about low risk, low floor, high ceiling. That is the card. That's the type of cards I'm talking about. All right, next up is 2023 Prism Silver, Brandon Miller. This guy had a very good rookie campaign last year. He's looking to take a nice jump in his second year in the league. For a guy that was in contention for Rookie of the Year, to only be a $45 card for a Silver Prism, this is a pretty good buy. The 30-day average is $56. 56 plus 20 would be 76. PSA 9s are selling for $70. So you're going to be out eBay fees on a PSA 9. However, believe it or not, the 2023 Prism gem pretty well. This has a 69.3% gem rate. and there have been 1,500 graded. So this is a pretty high gem rate, 69, almost 70%. And the PSA 10 sell for $229. So for a $75 investment, you can go get yourself $225 back at a 70% clip. This is another card that I don't know if you guys should all rush out and get it at the same time, but this is a card that should be high on people's shopping lists when you have a floor like that and a ceiling like that. Luke just said, what are your thoughts on Hoops Color Wembanyama cards? Could they potentially have staying power like Giannis Color? Some of them. I don't know if you were logged in. I did pick a Hoops Purple Winter Parallel for Wembanyama that I liked, that I did a play on. And that card, I think, has good chance. There are so many different Wembanyama cards. I do think he's going to be amazing if he can stay healthy. So his cards should have value regardless of what they are. They should have some value going forward, especially this year. If he takes a leap and plays 33, 34 minutes a game, the stats he's going to put up, he could be in the running for MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Most Improved. I mean, the awards, the accolades, it's ridiculous what this guy is capable of. So the answer, Luke, is yes, it is possible. I'm not real high on Hoops Colored Parallels, but yes, it is possible. Bodini said sent in 5 of those Brandon Miller Silver Prisms to PSA. 4 out of 5 got a 10. That a boy, Bodini. That's what we're just talking about. 70% gem rate. So 4 out of 5, that's 80%. You did a little better than average, but that's awesome. Congratulations. You're making bank on that one. Luke is thinking about getting the teal explosive. Yeah, that's a good looking card. Giannis is my PC. I have Giannis PC too. Yeah, he has way more variations. You know, Giannis pretty much has the red, the gold, the red back, the base, and the black. So you've got 5 different variations of Giannis. You've got, I don't know, if there's got to be 30 hoops variations of Wembanyama's. But yeah, if you go with the low population ones, they could have some staying power. Should have sent like 50, 60 of them in. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Red back is what I look for currently. I agree. I've got 2 red backs. I let Mark get one a couple weeks ago. He had messaged me and said he was on it. Mark Drzinski. So I stayed off and let him got it. He got that. It was free. I could not believe the deal he got on that one, but I let him have it. So, yeah, the Redbacks are a deal. They are a steal right now for what they are going for. All right, let's go on to the next card. We got a couple cards left here before we finish up, and then we'll talk in the comments here if we get some more comments. All right, next up is we've got the 2023 Prism Fast Break Victor Wembanyama. A little bit more rare, still a very good gem rate. $279 is the most recent sale, $316 for the 30-day average. $316 and $20 is $336. A PSA 9 is $416. So you are profiting well on a PSA 9. There's a 33% chance of a PSA 9. There is a 63% chance of a PSA 10, and the PSA 10s go for $980. So people, I've had a couple of people ask me recently, if you could go for only one Victor Wembanyama card, what card would it be? I tell them every single time, if I can only pick one Victor Wembanyama card, this is the card I am picking, both for long-term staying power and for quick flipping power, because it only has a population of 129 compared to the almost 1,000 silvers, and there's, I think it's approaching 5,000 plus graded bases. This only has 129 of them graded. It has a PSA 10 pop count of $82. You can triple your money from $300 to $1,000 if you get a 10, and it's got a 63% gem rate. So when people ask me if you could only buy one Wembanyama card, what would it be? I'm sharing it with everybody. Right now, this is the card that if I had to go get, this is the card I would go get for Victor Wembanyama. Hope that helps everybody. And I hope we're not all fighting for these as we get going, because they aren't super populated. There are 103 sales in the last year, since Prism came out. So it's about, about 20 a month, not quite one a day. But that's a really good buy. All right, the last two cards we're going to finish up with are both Wemby again. 2023 Select card 311. This is the mezzanine level orange flash. This is a really pretty card, guys. $81 is the most recent sale. $110 is the 30-day average. 110 plus 20 is $130. The PSA 9 sells for $120, so you're going to be out about $25 after fees if you get a 9. However, this card has a 77% gem rate. If it gets the 10 at 77%, your $100 investment turns into $275. You almost triple your money on one of these. I am watching a couple of these at auction right now on eBay, hoping to have one in the next couple of days. Full disclosure. So if you are bidding on one of these, you might be bidding against me. So message me and let me know so we don't bid against each other. I'd hate to see us run each other up on cards. Anytime you're bidding on anything on eBay, feel free to reach out and say, hey, Dr. Crack, are you on this card? I don't want to bid against you. And we always work things out. So, all right, the last card of the night we're going to talk about is a 2023 Select card number 121. It's a premier level red cracked ice Victor Wembanyama. $75 most recent sale, $73 30-day average. So those two are pretty similar. $75 plus 20 is $95. The PSA 9 sells for $100. So you're essentially breaking even on a PSA 9. However, this has an 81% gem rate again. Huge gem rates on 2023 Select basketball so far. I actually am contemplating going out and buying a few mega boxes and ripping them open because the gem rates are so high. I think that there's a chance that you should be able to get your money back. I haven't tested that theory yet, but I'm thinking about it. A PSA 10, 81% chance, $175. So you can easily double your money at an 80% chance and get yourself a red cracked ice Victor Wembanyama. So there you go, guys. There is 2021 through 2023. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Luke says, I need a 10 red and blue. I don't have that card yet either, Luke, so I'm with you there. Forgot to log in that night. Oh, man, bummer. If I see one, I'll let you know. So, yeah, if there is nothing else to anybody else, no comments, questions, or anything like that, that is the night. That is a wrap. Thanks again for watching. Sorry that I kind of surprised everybody, went a night early, but it just worked out with my schedule. Again, this will be on Instagram for 30 days, and you can always go to my YouTube channel where it will be there all the time. It is Chalks_cards. There's a link to my YouTube channel in my profile on Instagram. Again, feel free to message me any questions you have on Instagram. I will always respond and try and help you the best I can. Thanks for watching. Have a good evening, guys, and we will talk again next week. Have a good night.